Okay, we are now live and on the record for Tuesday morning's criminal docket, May 24th, 2022. Mr. Vasquez, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on State of Texas versus Luis Ramiro Diaz.
Okay, what number is that?
I apologize, Your Honor. I didn't get that off your docket.
17, Your Honor.
Thank you.
CR 20-03118-I, Luis Ramiro Diaz, and what is the announcement?
Your Honor, on this case, Your Honor, this is a Mexican national, Your Honor. We've asked for a continuance or for more time so that he can get his visa, Your Honor. I don't know if this court would be inclined to do that again for 3 months, but he still has not received his visa, Your Honor.
And we're waiting for his visa so he can do what?
Because what he's concerned about is if he pleads out on this DWI, it'll affect his ability to get the visa, Your Honor.
Okay, got you. Mr. Diaz, Ms. Castañeda, please see if Luis Ramiro Diaz is present.
Buenos días.
Okay,
Morning.
okay.
Morning.
All right. And then does he have he doesn't know a status at all on it?
I'll let Mr. Diaz answer that, Your Honor. He told us yesterday that the 3 months will be expired on May the 28th, Your Honor, and he still has not heard anything from the visa entity in Mexico.
Okay, Ms. Castañeda, ask him if he's had any indication as to when he may be receiving that visa.
Señor Díaz, ¿no tiene usted ninguna indicación hasta cuándo va a recibir su visa?
No, todavía no. El 28 de este mes se cumplen los 3 meses que dijeron. Me dijeron ahí cuando fui al consulado que era de 1 a 3 meses. Y el 28 se cumple. No, yo he estado checando, la persona que me lleva el trámite estuvo checando, dice que no está aprobada, pero tampoco está negada, que está en proceso todavía.
Okay, so they gave me a 3-month waiting and it's on May 28th, it's 3 months. The person that I'm in touch with says that it's not denied, but it's not approved yet.
Okay. All right. And then it would be September the 13th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all we have, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, you may be excused, Ms. Castañeda. Please let him know that that's September 13th at 9:30.
Su próxima corte, señor Díaz, es el día 13 de septiembre a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Ok. Sí, perfecto. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Okay. Anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Mr. Alamia, what do you have, sir?
51 and 52, Judge Eric Ortiz.
Okay. CR 20-09603-I, CR 20-09602-I, Eric, E-R-I-K, Ortiz. And is Mr. Ortiz present?
No, but I'm expecting him in a few minutes, Judge. He's going to be here at the office.
Okay, so then do you want to just have me recall it?
You can recall it, Judge, if you want.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and do that. Let me know when he's there.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, what do you have?
Hello, good morning, Your Honor. I'm here appearing before you for Derek Salinas, number 53 on your criminal docket, State of Texas versus Alexis Pedraza.
Okay, CR 210586-I, Alexis, A-L-E-X-I-S. Pedraza, is Mr. Pedraza present?
It's Miss Pedraza, and I believe she is present.
Miss Pedraza, are you present?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, and what is the announcement?
Your Honor, I believe a PTD app was submitted for Miss Pedraza. The application, however, was subsequently denied. We respectfully asked for 60 days so that the application could possibly be reconsidered, or for Mr. Salinas to be able to reconvene with the state to discuss alternatives.
Mr. Lozano, do you have any other additional announcement on that?
Your Honor, we'll go ahead and send an updated recommendation. This is a resisting arrest. This defendant does have a prior DWI from 2011 that was successful, or that was completed through an ADR request.
Is that the reason why it was denied?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, and how much time is Mr. Salinas requesting?
60 days, Your Honor.
Okay. I have July 19th or July 26th. If not, it would be in September.
July 26 is doable. Thank you.
Okay, July 26th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay,
Having,
anything else?
Nothing further before this honorable court. May we be excused.
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Longoria, what do you have?
Yes, Your Honor. I have number 27 and number 28, Pedro Luis Gonzalez. He's on your screen as Galaxy A03S. He's got those glasses and a white hat on.
Okay, CR 20-1168-I, CR 19-03-971-I. Pedro Luis Gonzalez, Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, I worked this out on the felonies last week. And when he enters his plea to the felonies, they're going to be dismissing the misdemeanors before your court. I have that set right now for June the 8th. So I don't know if you'd like to set this for sometime after that, to make sure that the plea went through and the paperwork was submitted.
Okay, so June the 8th is when you're set up to do that plea. I can just set it for a tickler on the 17th to see if it was all taken care of at the same time.
Yes, Your Honor.
That way you don't have to come back.
Okay, that'd be great. Well, I mean, that's not great. I'd like to be in front of you, but.
It's okay, you'll have plenty of other opportunities.
I'm sure, Judge.
Okay, anything else?
No, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, good luck to you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Likewise. Okay, Mr. Pope?
Good morning, Judge. I apologize that I did not receive the court's calendar, but it's CR 21-08101-I, State of Texas versus Alejandro Morin Jr. He should be present. He did inform me that he was logged on.
Okay, that's number 46 on the court's docket. Mr. Alejandro Morin Jr. Mr. Morin, are you present?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Counselor.
Judge, on this matter, I do represent him on a pending divorce, Judge. I'm requesting 60 days for the continuance to finalize the divorce. I believe the alleged victim in this case, which is the wife, she will be filing an affidavit of non-prosecution, but we wish to reserve that until the divorce is finalized, Judge.
Okay, I have July 26th. If not, it would be until September.
July 26th is fine, Judge.
Okay, July 26th at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. That concludes my business. May I be excused, or may we both be excused?
Yes, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Mulder?
Yes, ma'am. We have Gloria Nagel. She's 49 and 50 on your docket this morning.
Okay,
And she is here. I've seen her. There she is on the first
yes,
page.
I see her. CR 118872-I, Gloria Nagel. And what is the announcement?
Yes, ma'am. We have put in our request for the pretrial diversion, and we are waiting to hear if she qualifies and when she can come do the orientation, if she does. So we're just kind of in a holding pattern.
Okay, so they still haven't given you an answer?
That's my understanding.
Mr. Lozano, do you see anything on your end?
Yes, Your Honor, PTD was denied on May 18th, 2022 because of the defendant's criminal history, and restitution is still owed.
We're happy to make the restitution. I just didn't want to pay it until she was in.
Okay, and what was the criminal history?
The notes don't indicate it, Your Honor.
Mr. Mulder, are you aware of any, how old that criminal history is?
No, ma'am, but these check cases are 10 years old.
Okay, Your Honor, I see it. It says priors in Canyon County, Idaho. In 2006, injury to a child misdemeanor, 2006 domestic battery, and 2013 probation violation.
Out of all this, is that of Ohio or Idaho?
Idaho.
Well, that's certainly
Okay.
news to me. I would need to confer with Ms. Nagel and see if that's in fact her. How certain are you of this? Is there a SID number or FBI number that corroborates this?
No, it's notes from our restitution department.
Why don't I give you, Mr. Mulder, you're from out of town, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What I want to do is I want to stop this case. So we're going to set up a Zoom time.
Yes,
And I'll
ma'am.
have my staff contact you.
Okay.
And so we can set something up. So we can discuss those. In the meantime, I'll give you an opportunity to look into those 3 alleged offenses so that you can see if it is the same Miss Nagel.
Okay. I'll confer with her about that and see if that's in fact her.
Okay, and then we'll go ahead. But I'll give you a July 26th status,
Okay.
but I'll have my staff contact you so that we can set up a Zoom time with myself, you, and Mr. Lozano.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
All right? Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, you may be excused. Ms. Flores?
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 41, 42, 43 on the court's docket, State of Texas versus Julio Cesar Sanchez Martinez.
Okay. And that is CR 21-14048-I, CR 20-05709-I, CR 20-07574-I. Julio Cesar Sanchez Martinez, and is Mr. Martinez present?
Yes, Your Honor, he should be logged into Zoom. I did see a Julio's phone or something
Julio
like that.
Martinez?
And he is a
Buenos
Spanish
días.
speaker. There.
Okay, Ms. Castañeda, please let him know that I do see him.
Mr. Martinez, si lo estoy mirando.
Sí, aquí estoy.
Okay.
Buenos días.
Yeah, good morning.
Your-
Good morning. Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, in this case, I have received a recommendation. I did send an email to Mr. Lozano on Friday asking for some consideration on the DWI case. I have not received a response yet. So I would just need some additional time to be able to continue to negotiate this case. Or these cases, I'm sorry.
Okay, Mr. Lozano, were you in receipt of that email?
Yes, Your Honor, I was. We could set it for a plea. That way we could get the paperwork filled out. I would be in agreement to 9 months on the probation.
Okay, Ms. Flores, do you want me to give you a next setting as a plea date?
Sure, Your Honor.
How far out?
Your Honor, I would say about at least 2 weeks.
Okay, June the 2nd or June the 9th?
June the 9th would be best.
Okay. June the 9th at 1:30. Ms. Castaneda, let him know that it'll be June 9th at 1:30 in person.
Mr. Martínez, su próxima corte va a ser el día 9 de junio a las 1:30 de la tarde y va a ser en persona.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
That's all I have, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Let me just check with Ms. Soto. Ms. Soto, does he have an alcohol monitoring device?
Yes, Judge, and I'm over the device with Intoxilock and there's no violations.
Okay. All right. Yes, now both of you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, Mr. Almanza, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have 2 cases on the court's docket. One of them is a short announcement. It's number 11, Jesus Jeronimo Avila, CR-20-06842-I.
Okay, Jesus Jeronimo Avila. Mr. Avila, are you present?
I don't think he will be. I've not been able to make contact with him, but I did talk to Mr. Eric Schreiber yesterday, Your Honor. This is a hot checks case. The restitution amount is $413. He's in an agreement on a continuance. He was able to find me 3 more addresses. And in addition, I did find a contact of someone who's friends with him, who has had contact with them, who he actually did some landscaping at my house. And so he's contacted him and asked him to call my office, just asking for a short reset, as it's only $413 on this case, to see if we could get a hold of him one more time, Your Honor.
Okay, And how much time are you requesting?
Just 30 days, Your Honor. He lives in Colorado now. I know that for a fact. But I know that will the court still be via Zoom in June, Your Honor?
Actually, we're working on transitioning to be in person. I haven't decided yet as to what will stay Zoom, if at all. But why don't we go ahead and do July the 26th at 9:30? And we'll keep you posted as to what it is that if we'll be in Zoom or not.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. And then, with this one, Your Honor, I believe that with Eric Schreiber has said that if he just pays restitution, they'll dismiss. So there'll be no need for a hearing if I can just get him to pay the restitution.
Okay, we'll see if you can get a hold of him.
Thank you, Your Honor. And then the other case is the plea, Your Honor, and that's but I can take that up, but you're taking it. That's number 14, Rogelio Cuellar. We are ready for a plea today.
Okay, so he's ready for a plea. Mr. Lozano, you have him?
Yes, Your Honor, paperwork was filed this morning.
Okay, and is your client out of town, or what's the situation with him?
Yes, Your Honor. He lives up north, Your Honor. He is on, Your Honor. He has iPhone. He's in a blue shirt.
Okay, I'll have to call him at the end of the docket.
Not a problem, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Be on standby. Okay, Mr. Jalili, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 19 of the court's docket.
CR 21-13277-I, Manuel Flores. Mr. Flores, are you present?
I do see him, Your Honor. I'm not sure if he's able to or was able to connect to the audio. He's under Manuel Flores.
Okay, hold on. Oh, he can't hear. Okay. I hear him saying that he can't hear. Go ahead. What's the announcement?
Your Honor, he is PTD eligible. The waivers as part of the application were accepted this morning, so we will be submitting that to the DA's office and asking for a reset. Meanwhile, his application is processed.
Okay, and Ms. Soto, any updated status on his device?
Mobile device with safeguard and no violations, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Lozano, anything to add?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, so then I'll go ahead and let you complete that process. How much time are you requesting?
It'll just be the amount of time it takes to be processed by the DA's office, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give you July the 26th, but it might not even be reviewed by that time, but still. Because if not, it would be until September. So July 26th at 9:30.
Understood, Your Honor, and I'll go ahead and inform Mr. Flores. May myself and Mr. Flores be excused?
Yes, go ahead and call him because he can't hear us.
Will do, Your Honor.
He's trying to connect to audio, but it's not happening.
I'll follow up with them as soon as I get off the Zoom.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Likewise. Okay, Mr. Osuna, what do you have, sir?
Good morning, Your Honor. Number 29, docket, State of Texas versus Roberto Gonzalez. That's CR 20-08265I. Mr. Gonzalez is present under his own name. Mr. Gonzalez, can you acknowledge the court, please?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, I believe this one is right for, and I believe that's the state's position.
I'm sorry, Mr. Osuna, you froze. Let me see if Mr. Lozano can give me the update. Go ahead, Mr. Lozano.
Your Honor, a dismissal was filed yesterday.
Okay. All right, then congratulations, Mr. Gonzalez, on completing the program. So I'll sign off on the dismissal as soon as it's sent in to my queue, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much for everything, Judge.
Okay, you take care, sir.
Thank you.
All right, you're excused. Mr. Osuna, do you have another case?
No, Your Honor. May I be excused, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Trejo, what do you have?
Judge, I have number 48, Judge, on your docket, State of Texas versus BNA Munoz. She's on, Judge, but her video is not working. The device she normally uses, she was not able to charge because of the storm.
Okay, CR 20070773-I, Vianey, Villanay Munoz. And Ms. Munoz, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I was actually able to log on, ma'am.
Okay, great. And what is the announcement, Counselor?
Judge, we're asking for a reset in this case. My client has attended the DWI observation and the ASI screening, so we're waiting for the packet hopefully soon so she can sign up to DWI court.
So has she been accepted?
Well, I believe she's been accepted, Judge. She was given a date for observation and given a date for the ASI screening. So I think she is accepted.
Okay, Mr. Lozano, anything to add, or what do you see?
Your Honor, I would have to staff this case with my supervisor to see where we're at. She did complete the ASI screening, and she would be a good candidate for DWI court. But I don't know if she's approved at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, if she is approved, then what we get is the transfer, and then we sign it over. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set it for a status on July the 26th. But at 9:30, if we receive the transfer before then obviously ignore the date and just go ahead and have her follow through with the DWI court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
Nothing further. May we be excused?
Yes, you may. Good luck to you, Ms. Munoz.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
Mr.
Judge.
Alamillo, has your client shown up?
Yes, he has.
He's on Zoom.
Okay, what number is this again?
5152.
51 and 52, Eric Ortiz.
Okay, CR 209603-I, CR 209602-I. Eric Ortiz, ERIK. Mr. Ortiz, can you announce yourself? Eric Ortiz.
Yes, good morning. May I speak to Ms. Chavez, please?
Okay, is that your client under
Yes,
Eric?
I emailed to
Because
her.
he's
Yes,
not,
Your Honor. Yes, Your
okay,
Honor.
he's having trouble connecting to audio. Go ahead, what is your announcement?
Your Honor, he's got a felony scheduled for August 24th. Anytime after that, I appreciate a setting on these two cases.
September 13th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You certainly may. If you might want to call your client so that way
Okay,
he
thank you.
he knows. All right, thank you. Okay, Attorney Itzel Martinez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 36 on your docket this morning set for a status conference. She actually submitted a PTD paperwork before you, Judge, about 2 months ago. I'm pretty sure she completed everything. I think the only thing that was pending was a $100 fine, which she paid yesterday, Judge.
All right, that's CR 2008-287-I. Abigail, Avigail Lopez. Ms. Lopez, are you present?
Your Honor, she is not present today. She was working at your in-person hearing. We did request that she be excused from this hearing this morning.
Okay, Mr. Lozano, anything to add?
Your Honor, the dismissal was filed this morning.
Okay, so the dismissal has already been filed and I'll sign off on it.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I had before your court. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a good one, Judge.
Thank you. Attorney Aisa Garza.
Good morning, Your Honor. And I apologize, I don't have my case number or my docket number. I apologize. I have Nicole Garza on your docket, and if you'll just give me a second.
It's number 23 and number 24 on the court's docket, CR 1901202-I, CR 1901203-I. Is Ms. Garza present this morning?
I don't see her on, Your Honor, and I've actually not been able to get a hold of her since our last setting.
Okay, I believe we gave this setting so she could have an opportunity to be out of school. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, she has until the end of the docket to come on, and she even if she doesn't, I'll NICI her, and if you do get in touch with her, just send her to our office with her ID and we'll recall her. We'll recall her and give her, another setting.
Okay, office with ID. Okay, Your Honor, may I be excused? I have a setting in probate court.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am, no problem. Mr. Solis, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I believe it's number 54 of your docket, State of Texas versus Mauricio Posada.
Okay.
I did see him logged in earlier, Judge. However, I'm not seeing him anymore. I'm looking for.
Okay, let me see. CR 21-01-849-I, Mauricio Posada. Mr. Posada, can you hear me? Mauricio Posada.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's usually on, judges. I mean, he's always been on. I'm not sure what happened.
Okay, well, if you get a hold of him, you can tell him to come back on, but I'll go ahead and take your announcement.
Yes, Judge, in this case, we're asking for a little bit more time as we are seeking an ADR, Judge.
Okay, they still haven't given you a response because that was the announcement the last time.
No, Judge, that has not happened.
Did they indicate as to how much time they would need to reconsider or whether or not they're going to allow the ADR?
Judge, I don't have that information for you. If the court can recall the case, I need to speak with Mr. De La Fuente, as he's the one that staffed this matter. That he did indicate that it was staffed and that he was just awaiting a response about that ADR.
Okay.
That's as far as yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Lozano, I'm going to ask for an updated recommendation to be sent to Mr. Solis and Mr. De La Fuente in the alternative so that they can consider that in case the ADR is not allowed. And I'll go ahead and give a status for July the 26th at 9:30. But we need to see what's going to happen, either one or the other.
Okay.
Okay, or go to trial.
Judge, and do I tell him to, when he signs in, to call your attention, or does he have to?
Yes.
To the end?
Yeah, tell him if he can use the raise your hand reaction button.
Okay, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Anything else?
No, Judge, that's all I have. May I be excused?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Maldonado, Andre Maldonado.
Good morning, Judge. I have numbers 30 and 31 on the court's docket, State versus Jose Henriquez.
CR 20-00919-I, CR 20-00918-I, Jorge Antonio Henriquez, HENRRIQUEZ. And is he present?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's the announcement, counselor?
Yes, Judge. We're asking for a continuance, Your Honor. We are working on pretrial diversion. He paid off his restitution in this matter. He's just trying to get a loan for $500 so we could get on the pretrial diversion program.
Okay, I believe there was a NICI that was granted against him. Are you asking for that to be recalled at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what else are you showing on your end, Mr. Lozano?
Your Honor, he has been approved for PTD. I'll go ahead and send the payment letter today.
Okay. Mr. Henriquez, how much time are you gonna need to get that $500? Because we can't keep it on the docket that long.
Yeah, I had spoken to Mr. Maldonado. I was just telling him that after this hearing that I was just gonna go ahead and take off to a loan agency just so I could get the money order ready. And yeah, I should be able to give it to him today. Luckily, the rain has lowered down.
Okay, so they're gonna send a letter over to your attorney's office. You need that letter. Make sure that you go by and pick it up because you will need that letter in order to pay your $500.
So,
okay.
So he's gonna give me a letter, but I'm still gonna deliver him the money order, or?
No, I don't think Mr. Maldonado, your office is not delivering the $500, are they?
No, you're right, Mr. Enriquez. Once we get the letter, I'll provide that letter to you and you can go pay it at the clerk's office with that money order.
Oh, okay. All right. Understood.
Okay. Anything else on this? Then what we'll do is if he's gonna pay that today, he should be ready for placement then by the 2nd or the 9th, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, June 2nd or June 9th, Mr. Maldonado?
June 2nd is fine.
Okay, that'll be next Thursday, so that's June the 2nd at 1:30 in person.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have this morning.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
So, it's because I have a new employment at a vape shop, and I'm working overnights now. It's that I go in usually from 12 midnight to 6 in the morning. So that time, that 1:30, I'm usually asleep at that time. Is that the earliest the program starts, or?
Look, Mr. Enriquez, 1:30 in the afternoon, you're gonna have to make yourself wake up, okay?
Okay.
And so you're gonna be placed on the program, then you're gonna start the program.
Oh.
And then once you start the program, you have to do everything that's on there. And I'm not sure how much time are y'all agreed to place them on, Mr. Lozano?
Your Honor, the contract is for 2 years.
Okay, so then you're going to start on a 2-year, you're gonna be on PTD for 2 years.
Okay.
So, so at 1:30, you need to be there, all right?
All right. No
Okay,
problem.
anything else? Okay. If
Nothing further, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Fernandez, what do you have, sir?
Good morning, Judge. I have 64 and 65 on the court's docket, same defendant. With these cases, Judge, we're getting ready to submit a DWI court application. She is taking a drug test later today.
Okay, CR 20-0553-I, CR 18-06-003-I, Elizabeth Sanchez. Ms. Sanchez, are you present?
Yes, I am, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you.
And so you're applying for DWI court, Mr. Fernandez?
That's right, Judge. We should have everything submitted hopefully later today or definitely this week. So we just need some time for the DA's office to give us a response.
Okay, we'll set it for status on July the 26th at 9:30. If you get accepted before then, notify us so that we can sign off on the transfer to DWI court.
Okay, thank you.
We'll do nothing further. May we be excused?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I did see Mauricio Posada. Can you hear me? Mauricio Posada. Mr. Posada, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your case has been reset to July 26th at 9:30, but I'm counting you present, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're excused, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. All right, Mr. Kennedy, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have 2 cases in your docket this morning. The first one is number 15 and 16, Jose Delgado.
CR 20-0574-I, CR 21-11362-I, Jose Aldo Delgado. Mr. Delgado, are you present?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead, counselor. What's the announcement?
Judge, I'm asking for a suppression on the CR 20-00574-I. I think that's number 15.
Okay, and has that motion for suppression been filed?
The motion has been filed. I think I need to update the order setting hearing.
Okay, submit the order setting hearing so that we can get that filed. Please do that by the end of the day.
Okay.
Ms. Soto, do you have an update on his device?
Judge, he has mobile device with safety check and there's no violations.
Okay. All right, then we'll go ahead and get that suppression hearing done.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then we'll see you then, Mr. Delgado, and that will be in person.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, anything else?
Not on this case, but I do have another case, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Delgado, you're excused. And what's your next case, Mr. Kennedy?
Excuse me,
Next one.
when is the court?
They're
Your
gonna send it to
attorney
us.
will notify you because he needs to file the order setting hearing on that.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, your next case?
It's number 44, Veronica Mejia.
Okay, CR 2108-418-I, Veronica Mejia. Ms. Mejia, are you present?
Sí, aquí estoy.
Okay, Ms. Castañeda, that way you can translate if necessary. And what is your announcement, counselor?
Judge, a few days ago, we received word that her PTD application was rejected, and I just need some time to speak with her to discuss alternative.
All right, and did they tell you why it was denied?
Yes, she's on federal probation at the moment.
Okay. All right, when was the last time you received a recommendation, Mr. Kennedy?
I couldn't tell you offhand, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Lozano, have you sent a rec over?
Yes, Your Honor, I sent it to Rubio Salinas. It was 5 months deferred on this case, Your Honor.
Okay, that way you can speak to her about that. The earliest I have will be that July 26th setting at 9:30 for status. And if you need, just let us know, what's going to happen with her.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, anything else?
No, that's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Castañeda, please let her know that her next setting will be July the 26th at 9:30. And that her attorney will contact her so that they can discuss other options.
Señora Mejía, su próxima corte es el 26 de julio a las 9:30 de la mañana y su abogado se va a contactar con usted para mirar las opciones. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a good one. Mr. Capello, what do you have, sir?
Your Honor, I have number 2 on the court's criminal docket.
Number 2, that's Urban Crisante.
I'm sorry, Judge. They must have revamped the docket. I've got Ramiro Cantu. That's CR 20-11987I.
Okay, one moment.
I on the docket.
You said, what's the name?
Ramiro Cantu Jr.
I don't have somebody, unless somebody on my staff give me a number for that? Because I don't have that.
Judge, could I get the cause number once again?
Yes, it's CR 20-11987I. 20-11987-I.
Judge, I'm not sure why it's not appearing, but it is set this morning on Odyssey, so I don't know what happened, Your Honor.
What is the name?
Ramiro Jr., Judge, it's a POM and it's set for arraignment this morning.
And is Mr. Cantu present?
No, Your Honor, Mr. Cantu resides in Michigan. I did speak to him on 5/16/22, the date that I was appointed. He called me. I spoke to him. I notified him that he would have to appear via Zoom camera today at 9:30 a.m. I called him last night to remind him of today's hearing. We did not get through to him. We left a voicemail. We also sent a text message to him. He did not respond to either the text message or the voicemail that we left him, Judge.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll have to give him a nice sign. If you get a hold of him, let us know, and then we'll set him up again.
Judge, as an officer of this court, I will notify the court that upon speaking to Mr. Cantu, that he said he was not going to appear at any further hearings, that he was not going to plead guilty to 2 marijuana cigarettes, and that he was not going to come down to plea in person for those. So as an officer of this court, I'm just notifying the court of that. And that's probably why he's not appearing this morning, Judge, for his arraignment.
Okay. Well, if we all would only have the opportunity to not have to face our consequences, that would be a great world, right? But anyway, so don't worry about it, Mr. Capello. You can only do what you can. And so we'll go ahead and just give him a nice eye, and then we'll see what happens with that.
Yes, Judge, and he does have an extensive history. He's done penitentiary time before, so he acted like he was not going to appear at any of the hearings, Judge. So as an officer, but I'm just notifying you of that.
Okay, don't worry about it. It's not on you, Mr. Capello.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay, and your next case?
Number 13, Judge.
Okay. Give me the name, please.
State of Texas versus Ezekiel Chavez.
All right, CR 20-3-184-I, Ezequiel, Esequiel Chavez. Is Mr. Chavez present?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I did see him. Okay. And was he able to get everything completed?
Yes, Your Honor. We provided.
Oh, Mr. Capello, I can't hear you.
Oh.
No, now I can. I don't know what
Oh.
happened.
I'm sorry, Judge. We did provide the certificate of completion to Mr. Lozano this morning, and I believe announcement to make this morning, Judge.
All right, Mr. Lozano.
Your Honor, the dismissal was filed this morning.
All right. Mr. Chavez, congratulations. I know it's been a long journey for you and you stuck with it in getting those classes. You were on the wait list and you kept on. And in the meantime, you also reconciled your relationship. So I know you had a lot going on. So
Yes,
best
ma'am.
of luck
Thank
to you and your wife and your family, okay? I hope everything turns out well for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, you take care.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, Mr. Capello, your next case?
Yes, Your Honor. I have number 69, court's criminal docket.
Okay,
Stephanie Medina.
one moment. CR 20-09-478-I, Vanessa Tijerina. Ms. Tijerina, are you present?
Judge, I'll speak for Ms. Tijerina. Judge, she's not going to be present just right now. I expect for her to be present later on. Her issue is that she has several legal issues pending in her life. She's in Willacy County Court this morning with in the 197th District Court. She was a victim of an aggravated kidnapping. She had to be in court yesterday for a sentencing on one of the defendants who received 20 years. The DA instructed her to be present this morning as well on another sentencing on another of the defendants. She's going through a divorce as well as custody issues, but she said that she's asking this honorable court if the court could recall her case at the end of the docket so she could log in once she finishes.
It's fine, Mr. Capello. She doesn't have to get on. If she's going to be in another court, it's fine. Don't tell her not to worry. What are we going to do about this case?
Your Honor, the state did relay a recommendation of 1 year probation. I have reviewed the evidence with Ms. Tijerina, and she's saying that she wants a jury trial in this matter, Judge.
Okay, so go ahead and file an order setting jury trial, and we'll get that set for you. Ms. Bayona, anything to add?
No, Your Honor. The only condition, Judge, is that she stay away from the victim.
Okay, and that'll be granted.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, so go ahead and get that filed, Mr. Capello, and we'll get that set for you. Now, Mr. Capello, you said jury trial, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, not a problem. All right, anything else, sir?
Nothing at this time, Judge. I have no further business before this honorable court. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Ms. Bayona, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, what do you have, sir?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is number 8 on your criminal docket, State of Texas versus Luis E. Alvarado.
Okay, I'm sorry, what number was that?
Number 8.
Okay, got it. CR 21-08-734-I. Luis Alvarado, is Mr. Alvarado present?
He should be on, Your Honor. I
Luis
believe-
Alvarado?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm right here.
Okay, okay, I see you, just a bad connection. All right, go ahead, Mr. Garcia.
Your Honor, we were going to be applying for pretrial diversion. However, my client has some tickets that he needs to take care of. And I believe he's taking care of some. He needs just a few more, is my understanding.
Okay, and how much time is he needing to? Because I believe I've already given him time. So the last time, I think the balance, wasn't it up to like 1,000 something, and then
It was approximately 1,500, Your Honor. I'm not sure where he's at this point, but I know he's still hasn't paid all of them.
okay, Mr. Alvarado, the last time I don't know if you recall, because if I recall, after the thousands of cases I see, I had told you that I was going to give you some time, but you needed to make some big efforts in paying it. So how much of that $1,500 have you paid? Mr. Alvarado? You're
Yes,
on
ma'am.
mute.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Okay, how much of the 1,500 have you paid, Luis?
I haven't paid none, ma'am, because I had gotten sick from work and well, they lowered my hours too. And well, I haven't had a chance because I mean I have other bills, but I know I have to take care of those tickets too. So I'm just asking for a little bit more time.
When was the previous setting on this matter? Can somebody tell me?
March 22nd, Your Honor.
Okay. So I had given you from March until now, so that's approximately 60 days, and then nothing happened. And then now you're asking for more time, and how do I know that something's going to happen? It's like, I understand that you want to pay that, and I understand that you want to be on the PTD program, but sometimes it's not feasible. Have y'all looked at other options perhaps? What was the last recommendation that was made by the state? Mr. Lozano, do you recall?
It was on October 25th, 2021, Your Honor.
And what was the rec?
The recommendation was that he was PTD eligible or 1 year deferred, Your Honor.
Okay, is there a reason on the deferred? Does he have an immigration status that's holding him up, or?
No, Your Honor, deferred was offered because this is.
No, not you, Mr. Garcia, as to why he won't take deferred. Is it immigration status? Is it because he wants to expunge his record later on, or what?
Your Honor, it was just because pretrial diversion is usually a better deal. However, if we don't have any alternative, if he's not going to be able to pay the tickets anytime soon, we may have to entertain the idea of using the deferred. I'll speak to my client, Your Honor, and but the way it looks, it's looking better for deferred.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I understand. If PTD, of course, is always the better option, but they make it a little bit more stringent on purpose, right? Because at the end, when you do everything that they ask you to do and you get the dismissal, it's because you've done all of these things for whatever amount of time it is that you've been on PTD. However, if he's going to have to pay $1,500 for traffic citations, then he has to pay another $500 to just get on the program. I mean, he's already going to be $2,000 out. And if he couldn't pay anything in 60 days, we need to be reasonable here. Or really, we have to be realistic, not reasonable. We need to be realistic here. So perhaps you need to explain to him that regard the deferred as to what the options are for him and things. I mean, obviously, I don't know what his future holds for him, but he needs to do something. So I'm going to give him another 60 days. And between now and then, I expect that there's a decision that's going to be made. And if he does decide that he wants to be on deferred, then let us know so that we can get him set up sooner. So it'll be July the 26th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's
okay.
I'll talk to him.
Okay.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Alvarado, please be in touch with Mr. Garcia. He has to explain some things to you. And we'll see you back here on July the 26th at 9:30, if not sooner.
Okay, ma'am. Will this be in Zoom or person?
At this time, I cannot tell you because we are trying to adjust to go back in person, but they'll notify you before then. Why? Do you
Okay,
work
July-
out of town?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Where do you work?
I'm working right now in Marshall, Texas.
Okay. All right. Those are all the things that we need to figure out. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All
I will.
right,
I'll
then.
try my best. Yes, ma'am. Thank
Okay,
you.
we'll talk to you soon. All right, thank you.
Thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor, before this honorable court may be excused.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Likewise, sir. Mr. Lopez, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have, starting with number 3 on the docket, Your Honor, State versus Danny Aguilar.
Okay, CR 1707017-I, Danny Aguilar. Is Mr. Aguilar present?
I did see him logged in earlier, Your Honor.
Mr. Aguilar?
He's on mute, Your Honor.
Okay, is he on which screen for you?
He's on my
Oh, I
first.
see him.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Just stay like that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, what's your announcement on that case?
Your Honor, this is the case I had discussed last time we were here, Judge, where Mr. Aguilar, I was retained in this case. However, Mr. Aguilar could no longer continue making his financial obligations for a trial. We had done a suppression, Judge. It was denied. At that point, Judge, I now filed a motion to withdraw on this case. I did request the court, if it seemed appropriate, to appoint me so I could continue on this case. It is an older case, Judge. However, now I am at the public defender's office. So if this case gets appointed, it could come to the public defender's office. Mr. Osuna will be assigned to it. However, I can assist him in trying to take care of this case as soon as possible.
Okay.
This case would be a trial.
Okay. No, I understand. And so what we'll do is I'm going to grant your oral motion to withdraw. And Mr. Aguilar, at this time, you still cannot afford a private attorney. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so I'm going to appoint the public defender's office.
Okay.
And Mr. Osuna or Mr. Lopez will contact you. And Mr. Aguilar, are you currently living in Hidalgo County?
No, ma'am. I live in Houston.
Okay, so you're in Harris County.
Yeah, I'm in Chambers County, technically.
Oh, Chambers? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. And Ms. Soto, does he have a device that he's been ordered to have?
Judge, I have no record of a device.
Okay.
No, Your Honor, he does not, Judge. This case, there was no accident. There was no BAC, Judge, recorded at all.
Okay.
And he's appeared at every setting, Judge.
Mr. Aguilar, what is your phone number, sir?
My current phone number is 346-767-1207.
Okay, not a problem. All right, sir, then somebody will contact you and go ahead, Mr. Lopez, have Mr. Osuna or yourself file an order setting jury trial so we can get him set.
Order setting jury trial. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Aguilar, then we'll see you at the next setting, sir. Right now, I don't have a date for you because they're requesting a jury trial.
Okay.
All right, so you are excused right now.
And Judge, I'll speak to Mr. Aguilar as well as to see what would be the best time or maybe where he can make arrangements to come down for that trial, Your Honor, when it's time for that.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. May he be
All
excused?
right. Yes. Okay, Mr. Lopez, your next case?
I have number 26, Your Honor.
Okay.
He is
CR
up.
18. Okay, CR 18-03732-I, Edson Gonzalez, Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, are you present?
Judge, I believe he's standing outside either the office or the courtroom, wherever he is present in the courthouse.
Okay. Is he out there?
Yes, Judge, he's in the public access, but let me just check why he's not on the street.
Okay.
Your Honor, can you hear me?
Yes.
That's Mr. Gonzalez, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Mr. Gonzalez is present. Is he English speaking or Spanish speaking?
Spanish, Your Honor.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, in this case, Judge, I did file a motion to suppress I have attached an order setting hearing on that, Your Honor. I filed it this morning, so it's probably not in the court's queue. If I can get a setting whenever
Okay.
the court's available.
All right, so then we'll go ahead and request your order setting hearing on the motion to suppress, and that'll be an in-person hearing.
Yes, please.
Okay, Ms. Castañeda, please let him know that the next setting will be in person. However, his attorney will notify him of that date.
Mr. González, su próxima corte va a ser en persona. Su abogado le va a dar la fecha de cuando la tengamos.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and Ms. Soto, do you have a report on his device, or was he not ordered to have one?
Judge, he has mobile device with lifesaver and there's no violations.
Okay, great. Ms. Castañeda, can you please get a phone number for him?
Señor González, ¿nos da un número de teléfono?
El 956-328-1286.
956-328-1286.
Okay. Let him know that he is excused and Mr. Lopez will contact him for his next setting.
Se puede retirar, señor González, y su abogado se va a comunicar con usted.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Okay. And your next case, Mr. Lopez?
I believe that's all I have, Judge.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. You have a good day.
You too.
Okay, Mr. Arredondo, what do you have, sir?
The first case is number 73 on your docket, Fernando Villarreal, and he is present on Zoom, Judge.
Okay. CR 1410884-I, Fernando Villarreal. Mr. Villarreal, are you present?
Yes, present.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Yes, we previously submitted a PTD on this case, Judge. It was denied due to there being an accident, Judge. So we need to send over the insurance information requested by Mr. Daniel Gonzalez.
Okay, when did he request that information?
If I'm not mistaken, Judge, about 2 weeks ago, Judge, within 2 weeks ago. But we'll go ahead and get it out to him by this Friday.
And that's to have him reconsider the second PTD reconsideration?
That's correct, Judge. That's all that was pending, Judge.
And does Mr. Villarreal have that insurance, the insurance information?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Then it'll be July the 26th at 9:30. And if he resubmits that insurance information that's requested and he is reconsidered and you need an earlier date for placement, let us know.
Will do, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, Judge. Well, that's it regarding Mr. Villarreal, Judge, and we also have number 9 and 10 on your docket, Emmanuel Aranda.
Okay, Mr. Villarreal, you are excused.
Thank you.
CR 21-11991-I, CR 21-07209-I, Emmanuel, Emanuel Aranda. Mr. Aranda, are you present?
Yes, ma'am. Here.
Okay, what is the announcement, Counselor?
Our client, Mr. Aranda, lives in Houston, Judge. I provided proof that Mr. Aranda lives in Houston to Ms. Melissa Lozano, Judge. That's the policy that she stated that she wants from our office regarding whether she's going to allow them to do an out-of-county drug test, Judge. I'm just waiting for the approval so we can get our client to do the drug test and we can submit the PTD on this case.
Okay, so has he already been approved for PTD pending the drug, the UA?
No, Judge, well, we sent off the packages without the UA, but they asked us for the UA, Judge, so I'm not sure. They didn't give us an answer, Judge.
Okay, so then the proof was sent over to Ms. Lozano's office on what date? Do you know?
Yesterday, Judge.
Okay, and that
It takes her about within the same day, Judge, same day or the next day, just to give us an approval, and then we'll just I will request a UA letter from Mr. Lozano.
All right, July the 26th. Yes, I know that. The thing is that it's not the first setting that I know of, so it should have been, we needed to have progressed on this case already.
What do, Judge?
So July 26th at 9:30.
Judge, it was nice seeing you. I will see you this afternoon, Judge.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Mr. Ortegon, what do you have, sir?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Benjamin Vilches, Judge. He is logged on. I know he was having issues with his device. He had run out of power or something, and he's in his car trying to get his laptop charged, Judge. But I do know that he is logged on. I see him there with his hand raised.
Okay, CR 21-06-335-I, Benjamin Vilches, Vilches Jr. Okay, and what is
That
the
is-
announcement?
Number 72 on the court's docket, Your Honor. On this case, Judge, he did come into my office a couple weeks ago after the last setting. I did tender the PTD application, was able, at least according to him, he was able to get everything he needed situated for that. I do have making an appointment with my office to come in. He did contact me a couple days ago, letting me know that, you know, he finally got the SR-22. So we're trying to get him into our office so he can tender that to us. So we would just respectfully request maybe a 3 to 4 week reset so we can get that and get it submitted to the state, Your Honor.
Okay, and was the vehicle already released from the collision center? Because it
Yes.
had been, okay, because it had been in there for some repairs.
Yes, I have the
Yes, yeah.
invoice with everything.
Okay, perfect. And I believe that invoice does need to be submitted to Ms. Soto because he was on an interlock device. And so during that time period that it was in there, so that doesn't count against him.
Thank you, Judge. We'll get that to Ms. Soto right away, and I'll CC Mr. Lozano as well. I'll have him come by to drop that off with my paralegal or to make me copies of it, and we'll get that to Ms. Soto, Judge.
Okay, perfect, because that way it doesn't go against him.
Thank
And
you.
I believe, Ms. Soto, any updates on his device now that he has gotten the car back?
Judge, he does go in on May the 27th at 9:15 for download, Judge. I do have the report from November the 30th to April the 25th of 2022, and there's no violations.
Okay, perfect. All right, Mr. Vilches, may I have a phone number for you, sir?
Yes, ma'am. It's 956-667-1242.
Okay. All right, make sure that you don't miss that download appointment, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so get that other information to your attorney so that we can keep moving on the case. In the meantime, you'll return on July the 26th. If you have anything before then and he's ready for placement, let us know.
Absolutely, Your Honor, I will. And that's all I
Okay.
have with this court, Judge. May my client and I be excused at this time?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Guarena, what do you have, sir?
Morning, Judge David Guarena. I have number 74 and 75 on your docket.
Okay. CR 22-00572-I, CR 19-04734-I, Jesus Villarreal. Mr. Villarreal, is he present?
Yes, Your Honor, he's on screen.
Jesus? Okay, there you are. And what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, after reviewing the recommendation with my client is requesting a jury trial.
On both matters?
Well, one of them is an MTR, but I'm assuming that can be heard at the same time that we have the trial, Judge.
Okay, because I have the assault causing bodily injury on a family member and the DWI. Is there another case number where the MTR is attached to it?
I believe the DWI is the MTR, Judge.
Oh, okay, I don't have that notation here. Okay. All right, just submit an order setting jury trial. And we'll go ahead and get that done for you.
I'll go ahead and do that today, Judge.
Okay, anything else, sir?
That's all we have, Judge. Thank you very much.
Okay, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge. Stay safe.
Okay,
Thank
Ms.
you, Your Honor.
Garza? Yes, sir. Ms. Garza, what do you have, ma'am?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 20 on the docket.
Okay. CR 20-00655-I, CR 20-00656-I. And let me see, that's it. The other one's a duplicate. Okay. And what is the announcement, Counselor, on Felix Garza? Is Mr. Garza present?
Yes, Judge, I see him on there. I saw his name. He was having trouble, staying logged in because of the area he's working in.
Okay,
But I
Mr.
just saw him a
Garza.
while ago.
Okay, can you announce yourself?
Hello, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead. What is your announcement?
Judge, we're here on status on this case, Judge. I believe back on 331, we had a motion to suppress. You were going to take that under advisement and give us a ruling on that.
Okay. And then let me see. I had issued some rulings, but maybe this one was not one of the ones that was in that batch. So, and then Felix Garza. Okay. I'll get my notes out on that.
Okay.
And then for right now, I'm going to set them for status on July the 26th at 9:30, but you'll receive the ruling before then and you can decide what you want to do.
Okay, July 26th?
At 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. May I be excused?
Yes.
And you will let us know if it's in person or if it's in
Yes, it's because we had originally we just got clearance yesterday to be able to go back into the courtroom that was originally constructed for us. There's still some issues in there, but it's just going to be for hearings. So they're going to be, yesterday I was already on the phone with Mr. Valdeguerra, and so they're going to be moving chairs over there to set it all up. However, we also need to make sure that the wiring and everything is still good. So we were shooting for June the 1st, but now I'm not going to make that announcement until I know for sure, because now we're running up against things like defendants that are undocumented, and so they've been still appearing for their court hearings from Mexico or their country of origin, and that that way they don't get a nice eye. So I have to decide if I'm going to keep those on. And of course, your defendants that are from out of state or out of the county. And because what ends up happening a lot of times, if you keep those in person, you're going to get nice eyes, and then you're never going to push the case forward. So I have some quick thinking to do. And
it's just that my client works out of town, Judge.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're able to make it if it's via Zoom, and then you're able to take care of things better via Zoom. So I need to just make a decision for guidelines, and it's going to be hit or miss because of the fact that we're going to start one way and then we might have to change it, and then we're all going to be frustrated, and I'm going to be frustrated,
Well, I've been working in other counties, and some of the other counties are doing like a hybrid.
Yes, and we did think about doing that as a hybrid at first, but I think what I'm going to have to do is like the criminal cases, in all honesty, are the ones that have more pressing for a hybrid, because if the defendant doesn't show up, there's consequences, right? And it's very rare in a civil case that if one of the parties doesn't show up, that it has such a serious consequence on their life. This is different. And so I'm thinking that, and of course I'm thinking out loud, and now I'm thinking in front of the whole world, right? But anyway, what I'm thinking is that probably with things like the status hearings on criminal, I may not have another choice than to just keep those on Zoom, because I think it makes it easier for you all and your out of town clients. And then I think everything else will probably be in person, but by tomorrow I'll make a decision, and then that way we can let everybody know, and we'll send out a mass email, and I'm sure we're still going to get calls, but it's okay. So we'll deal with it as it comes. So
okay, thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Okay,
have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, Attorney Ray Rodriguez.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you doing this morning? Ray Rodriguez. I'm here on number 68 on the court's docket, Judge.
Good morning, sir. Doing well. Okay. CR 1908268-I, Aubrey, AUBREIGH. Tamez, is Miss Tamez present?
I did see her name on the list there, Judge, so I believe she is present, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Okay, thank you. All right, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Judge, on this case, Your Honor, we're asking for announcement and trial dates. I believe we're here on a status this morning, Your Honor.
Okay, so you will be requesting a jury trial?
That's correct, Your Honor. At this time, yes. I do need to speak with in all fairness, Judge, I do need to speak with the state to just see if we can work something out, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Soto, do you have a report on her device?
Judge, she has mobile device with sober sense and there's no violations.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and just submit your order setting jury trial and we'll get that done as soon as possible.
Okay, Judge, so we don't get a date then at this time, correct?
No, because unless she has violations, I'll bring her in. Other than
Okay,
that,
excellent.
then you'll just submit your order setting jury trial and I'll see you at trial.
We will get that done as soon as possible, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Great seeing you. Take care. God bless.
Likewise. Okay, thank you, Ms. Tamez. Oh, Ms. Tamez, can I get a phone number?
Yes. Area code 361-343-2085.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Arredondo, did we miss one?
Yes, Judge. Sorry about that. Judge. I also have Mr. Ivan Daniel Martinez, Judge.
Okay,
That is number 38 on your docket.
all right, that's CR 21-04748-I. Ivan Martinez, is Mr. Martinez present? Ivan Martinez.
Yes,
Okay, what is the announcement, Counselor?
Judge, my client has completed both courses required by the state judge.
Are you gonna be still in the back?
Okay, I'm sorry, completed both courses?
Yes, Judge. My client further, he has acquired the money required, the restitution money, Judge. I will go ahead and make payment to the D's office by Friday, Judge. I guess it should be dismissed administratively.
Okay, Mr. Lozano? Any additional announcement?
Your Honor, if Mr. Arredondo could send me the certificates for the classes and then the restitution would be paid to our office.
Okay, so email the certificates, please, and then do the payment, and I'm gonna set a tickler for June the 17th to see if it's already been all taken care of.
Yes, Judge. I'll go ahead and email the certificates to Mr. Lozano later on today.
Okay, anything else?
That's all we have, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Sanchez?
Good morning, Your Honor. I've got two separate cases on your criminal docket.
Okay.
Number 12 is Jose Angel Bravo. I've got him down as 12 on your docket.
Okay, CR 21-04111-I, Jose Angel Bravo. Is Mr. Bravo present? Jose Angel Bravo,
Yes.
are you present?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
go ahead, Counselor. What is your announcement?
Your Honor, so we've submitted the PTD application to Mr. Bravo, and we're asking for additional time to complete that. We're lacking a few documents, and we expect it to be submitted by the next pretrial setting.
Well, it needs to be, Mr. Bravo, how much time are you needing in order to get those documents?
Honestly, they at the time they had got lost within my email. I'm not sure if I provided the wrong email but I'm having trouble locating them because I have like so much. I need a personal email that's just for this because my email is full of spam. So if I can just get it re-emailed, I can get it probably signed by today or this week.
Judge, we submitted that back in March. We'll submit it again. I would just ask Mr. Bravo to call my office.
Yes.
Mr. Bravo, do you live here?
Yes, I live in Harlingen, Texas.
Okay, if you're having issues with your email because your attorney emailed that to you over 60 days ago. And so you should have already had the opportunity to get the documents, fill them out, and get them submitted. I don't have to give you the time after today to get that done. So it's your responsibility to stay in touch with your attorney. So either you go by his office and pick it up, or you provide him an email where he is able to send that directly to you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. And for this, I'm sorry, for this PTD, so this would be me signing up for I believe it's like a program where I had to be reporting to AAs and all this for a quiet period of time, correct?
Mr. Bravo, we'll talk about this in private, sir. This is not the
Okay.
area to talk about it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, okay.
Okay. It'll be July the 26th at 9:30. I expect that, Mr. Bravo, I expect that you're gonna get those documents to your attorney no later
Yes,
than within 2 weeks. And
Yes, ma'am.
that will be submitted before the end of June
Okay.
into the DA's office.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Soto, do you have a report on his device?
Yes, Judge, he has a mobile device with a Toxalock and there's no violations.
Okay, what is your phone number, sir?
956-406-4593.
Okay, we'll see you July 26th at 9:30, and I expect that you'll get all your documents in, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that extension.
Okay. All right,
Thank you.
you're excused. Mr. Sanchez, do you have another case?
It's number 45, Your Honor. Eugene Miklik, he's on.
CR 19-12224-I. Mr. Miklik, are you present?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Okay, and what is the status on this case?
Your Honor, the dismissal was filed yesterday on
Okay,
both cases.
all right, Mr. Miklik, you've completed everything, so the dismissals were filed yesterday, so you should be getting a copy soon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
Judge, so can I point out, Your Honor, that obviously one of these cases had to deal with a weapon. It was lawfully obtained, but because of the connection to the DWI case, the charge resulted, which was unlawful carrying of a weapon. I'm happy to hear that he's completed the program successfully. He's done well in school as well. And Judge, I'm just inquiring about the process of retrieving basically a family heirloom, which was his weapon. And I'm trying to get this back for Mr. Miklik. Judge, do you need me to submit a homemade order? Or is there something standard that probation issues? I'm not sure how the
I
court
honestly do
prefers
not
it.
know, because it wouldn't be up to me to make the DA's office to send that over. Mr. Lozano, do you know if there's a form, a specific form that reads the language that the DA's office wants to see in order to retrieve a weapon that has been lawfully obtained but submitted to you all for holding?
No, Your Honor, not that I know of.
Judge, I'll prepare an order. I mean, I know I've prepared orders in the past where weapons are turned over to as attorney's fees. And I think I can tweak that a little bit to make this be appropriate for Mr. Miklik to, if the court approves this, for the arresting agency to release the weapon since the case has been resolved.
Yeah, what I would do is just prepare an order, send it to the DA's office for review, see if they are in agreement with the language, and if they are, both of you sign off on it, and then I'll sign off on it.
Your Honor, thank you very much. I'll get that to Mr. Lozano today.
Okay, no problem. Anything
Thank
else,
you.
sir?
No, Your Honor, that's all we have. Good day, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Y'all have a good one. Okay, Mr. Maldonado, Attorney Santos Maldonado.
Yes, Your Honor, good morning. I have one case for the court. I'm not sure on what number is in the docket, but it's State versus Juan Martinez.
It's number 39 and 40, CR 21-10976-I, CR 21-10977-I. Juan Martinez, is Mr. Martinez present?
It should be, Judge. I didn't check.
Juan Martinez?
Right here, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead, Counselor. What's the announcement?
Your Honor, we've had issues in settling his driver's license so he can obtain one. He had some tickets pending and he's in the process of resolving those issues. Apparently there is an issue with DPS. I believe he says he is taking care of some, but they have indicated that it's not cleared. So we're asking for more time to settle that issue so we can submit a PTD request.
Okay, so they haven't given you, Mr. Martinez, any indication as to what's pending?
Yes, I went with the city of Westlaco and they hadn't cleared out my tickets, but they were already paid off. So
Okay,
they
so
just said,
they
they told me
hadn't
to
done
pay-
I'm sorry, hold on. So do you know if they subscribe to the scofflaw? Is that why they hadn't been cleared out?
No, I personally went yesterday to check what was going on and they just said they hadn't cleared them out. And it was gonna take about 2 days for this, for the office in Austin to clear them out. So I'm gonna go back on, I believe I put an appointment for Friday. And everything, hopefully everything goes good.
Okay,
Because that's all that was stopping me.
so then once he gets that, then he can apply for PTD.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll do July the 26th at 9:30. And then we'll have, just make sure that between now and then, as soon as you get that license or you take it to your attorney and the application has to be in way before July 26th, please. Okay, anything else?
Nothing else, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You
Yes,
may be
thank you.
excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Ramos, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I'm here on number 25 on your criminal docket.
Okay. Number 25. CR 210907-I, Angela Gonzalez, Gonzalez. Ms. Gonzalez, are you present?
Yes, Judge.
What is the announcement, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor. We gathered all the information that was pending for Ms. Gonzalez's pretrial diversion packet. And so we submitted her drug test that she took in Houston, Judge. And I believe that the packet's still under review at this
Okay,
time.
Mr. Lozano, what are you showing?
Your Honor, she was approved on April 19th, 2022, and the letter was sent out on April 18th, 2022.
Okay, so Mr. Ramos, you weren't aware that she was approved over 6 weeks ago?
We actually, Judge, we were looking for that approval. We hadn't found it in any of our emails.
Okay. Can you do me a favor and put your email on the record so Mr. Lozano can have the correct email?
Yes, Your Honor. It's frontdesk@jramoslawgroup.com.
Okay. Mr. Lozano, do you show if that payment letter was sent to that email address?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so it was sent to that. Perhaps you need to check if it's on the spam or something like that. But either way, are you requesting that that payment letter get resent to you?
We'll look again, Judge. If not, I don't mind reaching out to Mr. Lozano. He's very accessible, and so we'll get that done, Judge.
Okay. All right, so then Ms. Gonzalez, you have been approved for the pretrial diversion program. Therefore, the next setting will be for placement. Mr. Ramos, do you want, or is she gonna have an issue paying the $500?
I don't believe so, Judge. We would just ask for, or I would ask, Judge, because I'll be out on maternity leave, for if we can have a hearing on the first week after June 17th, Judge.
Okay. So, but your client lives out of town, correct?
Yes, that's why I would have asked for a sooner court date, but I'm not sure if she can make those accommodations for next week, perhaps.
Okay, so it'll be June 30th. Is that too soon?
No, Judge, that's perfect.
Okay, it'll be June 30th at 9:30. It is tentatively in person, Ms. Gonzalez, so you may need to make arrangements to come down. However, by tomorrow, we will be making a decision as to if we're keeping any part Zoom, and if we are, who will qualify for Zoom, okay?
Okay, well, I'm sorry, Judge. I already have my work schedule. I'm a nurse over here, so I have my schedule planned out for the next 3 months. I do work that day.
Okay, so, yeah, what days do you work on? Hold on. Okay, what days do you work? Like Tuesdays, Thursdays? I know it's very different with shift work.
Yeah, it's so that week.
Like, how about, do you know if you work on June 21st or June 28th?
No. Okay.
You work on both those dates?
So I work on the 22nd and the 23rd. Then I'm off that weekend, and then I work 29 and the 28th.
Okay, but do you work on June 21st?
No, but I do work the following day in Houston. So it's like a 6.5-hour drive.
No, I understand, but do you come down for that or what? You come to, you're a traveling nurse?
No, I stay in Houston and I work here.
Oh, okay, no, I'm saying on the 21st, it would be if we keep you Zoom.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I could do it. I could make adjustments to my
Okay.
schedule.
Well, then let's go ahead and tentatively do June the 21st at 1:30. And it'll be tentatively on Zoom, and then we'll see. I'm still working it out, all the kinks. Okay?
Okay, June 21st at 1:30.
Yes.
Alrighty, thank you, Mom.
Okay, anything else?
Nothing further. Judge will be here on June 21st.
Okay, well, best wishes to your wife and you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, take
I
care.
won't be doing any of the heavy lifting, that's for sure.
Yeah, I concur with that.
Thank you,
Okay,
Your Honor.
all right, you take care. Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Gomez, what do you have, sir?
Your Honor, I've got 70 and 71 on the court's docket. State versus Josue Vega. Mr. Vega's on the screen.
CR 21-09904-I, CR 21-09905-I, Josue Vega. Mr. Vega, can you announce yourself?
I believe you're on mute, Mr. Vega. He raised his hand. He's visible on the screen. He's got.
That's fine. Go ahead. What's your announcement?
We've been given an offer. We also were told he's PTD eligible. However, his work schedule will not permit him to successfully complete the PT program. So we're going to have to ask for a setting to finalize the case by a plea, Your Honor.
Okay. And what day is your client in town?
Yes, he works in town.
Okay. So we have June the 2nd, June 9th, or June 30th.
June 30th, Your Honor.
Okay. And that'll be at 9:30 a.m. in person.
Very well. Thank you. That is all I have before this honorable court. May I be excused, Your Honor?
I'm just going to get an updated report on his device. Ms. Soto?
Judge, he has a mobile device with lifesaver and there's no violations.
Okay. Then you and your client are excused.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Cancha, what do you have, sir?
Yes, hello, Your Honor. Good morning. I have a plea, Your Honor, on number 57 of the court's docket.
Okay, so yours is a plea also? Okay. And Mr. Lozano, you have that one ready?
Yes, Your Honor, it's ready.
Okay. Give me one moment, Mr. Cancha, because Mr. Almanza also has his ready. Let me just take up 3 more quick announcements and then we'll be right with you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Trevino, what do you have, sir?
Good morning, Your Honor. Gregorio Treviño. I do have Mr. Manuel Anselmo Muñoz, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have Manuel Anselmo Muñoz, Your Honor. He is number 47 on your docket, Your Honor.
All right, CR 21-06-268-I, Manuel Muñoz. Mr. Muñoz, are you present?
I've been having trouble trying to contact him, Your Honor. He may have changed his number or disconnected that number or been disconnected. I'm calling my office to see if he's called, but I have no contact, Your Honor.
Okay. And he was aware of today's hearing, correct?
We were on the last hearing, yes, Your Honor. If I can, he is PTD eligible, Your Honor. He's not a threat to anybody. If I can have at least a day, Your Honor, to contact him or mail out a couple of days.
Well, it's because the last time that he was here, I gave him that setting over Zoom, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so he knew about today. So if you do get in touch with him, just have him come to the office with his ID and we'll have the nice eye removed.
Very well, Your Honor. We'll do that.
Okay, all
Thank you,
right.
Judge.
Okay, thank you.
I know.
Okay,
Excuse me.
yes. All right, Mr. Munoz,
Yes, good morning, Judge.
good morning, sir. What do you have?
Judge, I have number 55 on the court docket, Brianna Ramirez. She's present on Zoom, Judge.
CR 1907094-I, Brianna, BREANA Ramirez. Ms. Ramirez, are you present?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, please turn your camera on. All right, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
I'm asking the court for a trial date in this case, Judge.
Okay, if you can submit your order setting jury trial and we'll go ahead and get you set up.
Thank you, Judge. May she be excused, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you. I also have number 58 and 59 on the court docket, Omar Robledo. He's also present on Zoom.
CR 1906904-I, CR 1906905-I, Omar, HOMAR, Robledo, Pimentel, PIMENTEL.
Judge, he does also have two other cases, Judge. I didn't get hired on the other two. I don't know. I was trying to see the system. I don't show if anybody's been appointed or if the court appointed me. I'm not sure what the status of those is, Judge.
Okay, were you appointed on these other two cases?
No, Judge, I was retained on the first two.
Okay, so Mr. Robledo, you also have a violation of a bond or protective order and assault causing bodily injury and family member. Did you need an opportunity to see if you'd be hiring Mr. Munoz, or did you want us to appoint an attorney to you?
No, ma'am, I just one at a time. If I can see, talk to Mr. Munoz to see what something about something up with it.
Okay, so I'll give you an opportunity to see if you'll be retaining him on the other two cases. However, right now, Mr. Munoz, I'm not sure if you're aware that on CR 1906905-I, Mr. Robledo Pimentel has various alcohol violations on his interlock device. So Ms. Soto, can I please get that report on the record, please?
Judge, he has interlock device with Lifesaver on April the 28th, the 2022 at 10:06 a.m. He had alcohol reading of 0.06. On May the 1st at 10:53 a.m., alcohol reading of 0.033. Then on May the 2nd at 11:13 a.m., alcohol reading of 0.095. Judge, vehicles were not turned on after these readings, Judge.
Okay, sir, I'm not sure if you're aware, which you should be, you are not to be having any alcohol during your time that you're out on bond, sir. And you are definitely not to be having alcohol and then trying to turn on your vehicle. I don't care if somebody thinks that they've only had a few drops or whatever, you can't have anything. So this is your first warning. The next warning, I will bring you in front of me, and then we'll have to decide whether or not I'm revoking your bond and incarcerating you. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Munoz, if you can please speak to him with respect to that.
I will, Judge. And Mr. Robledo, you can call my office after court this morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
What is your phone number, sir?
956-212-3240.
Okay, once you get out, please call Mr. Munoz's office so you can make an appointment regarding your two new cases and these violations.
Oh.
All right, so I guess I'm gonna give you an opportunity to get caught up to speed on those other two cases so you can decide if you're handling them all four together or what is it that you wanna do with respect to those cases.
Yes, Judge.
So we'll go ahead and come back on July the 26th at 9:30 on those four cases. If he has violations or continued violations, we'll have to bring him in sooner, Mr. Munoz.
I understand, Judge, and I'll make contact with him today.
Okay. All right, Mr. Robledo, you are excused.
Judge, the next case I have, Judge, is number 1 on the court docket, Fernando Acosta. He's set for arraignment this morning.
Okay, CR 22-00525-I, Fernando Acosta. Mr. Acosta, are you present? Do you see him on the screen?
He's on the screen, Judge. He's on mute though.
Which gentleman is he?
Um,
Ready now?
Yes, Judge. He's wearing a gray sweatshirt, Judge.
Oh, that's not him then. Okay. Is he English speaking or Spanish speaking?
Judge, I'm not sure, Judge. I was appointed on this case, Judge.
Oh, that's right. Okay, Ms. Castañeda, can you ask Fernando Acosta to please click the microphone and unmute himself?
Fernando Acosta, por favor, prende su micrófono.
Okay, please ask him to raise his right hand.
Por favor, levante su mano derecha.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Jura que el testimonio que está a punto de dar es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Sí, la verdad.
Yes, the truth.
Okay, have him lower his hand.
Puede bajar su mano.
In CR 22-00525-I, State of Texas versus Fernando Acosta, is that your true and correct name, sir?
En el estado de Texas contra Fernando Acosta, ¿ese es su nombre correcto y verdadero?
Sí, eso es verdad.
Yes, that's true.
You're being charged with driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol level of greater or equal to 0.15. That's a Class A misdemeanor.
Está usted frente a la corte por un cargo de manejar en estado de ebriedad con una concentración de alcohol mayor de un 0.15, un delito menor clase A.
That carries a potential penalty of up to 1 year in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine upon conviction.
Una ofensa menor clase A tiene una multa potencial de hasta 1 año en la cárcel del condado de Hidalgo y una multa de hasta $4,000 por convicción.
Do you understand the range of punishment that you can receive for the offense of which you are charged?
¿Entiende usted el rango de castigo que puede recibir por el delito que está acusado?
¿Mandé?
¿Entiende usted el rango de castigo que puede recibir por el delito que está acusado?
Yes.
Okay. Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane?
¿Alguna corte lo ha declarado mentalmente incompetente, loco o demente?
¿Alguna corte? No.
No.
Counselor, in speaking with your client, do you find him to be mentally competent and able to assist you in his own defense?
Mr. Acosta is competent, Judge.
Okay. The court is going to find that Mr. Acosta is competent, able to assist his attorney in his own defense, and hereby enters a plea of not guilty on his behalf. Okay, so I'll give you an opportunity to speak to Mr. Acosta with respect to this. The state has an announcement. Mr. Lozano?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's requesting a mobile alcohol monitoring device for this defendant.
Okay. This is, I'm sorry?
I don't know if it's his first DWI, Judge. Is it?
Well, it's statutorily required for a blood alcohol level of greater than 0.15, and it was picked up after the date of the statute.
Yes, Judge.
So, Ms. Castañeda, please let him know that he is ordered to have a mobile alcohol monitoring device.
Señora Costa, la corte le está ordenando que va a obtener un dispositivo de alcohol móvil.
And he has to obtain that within 48 business hours.
Y tiene 48 horas de negocio para obtenerlo.
If he can please provide you a phone number so that the probation department can contact him later today or at their earliest convenience.
Nos da un número de teléfono, el departamento de probation se va a comunicar con usted.
Ok, es el 956-272-2459.
956-272-2459.
Okay, let him know that his next setting will be on July the 26th at 9:30.
Su próxima corte va a ser el 26 de julio a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Unless he has not obtained the alcohol monitoring device or has alcohol violations.
A solo que no haya obtenido usted el dispositivo de alcohol móvil o tiene alguna violación en ese dispositivo.
No.
Let him know that Mr. he can contact Mr. Muñoz's office after probation has contacted him.
Que usted se puede comunicar con la oficina del señor Muñoz después de que se comunique a probation con usted.
Okay.
That way, Mr. Muñoz, you can answer any questions possibly that he may have regarding the alcohol monitoring device.
Yes, Judge, we'll do, Judge.
Okay, let him know, Ms. Castañeda, that he is excused.
Señora Costa ya se puede retirar.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Okay, your next case?
Judge number 66 on the court's docket, Jacob Sanchez. He's present on Zoom, Judge.
All right, CR 1707213-I, Jacob Sanchez, and I do see Mr. Sanchez present. And what is the announcement, Counselor?
I'm asking the court for one additional setting, Judge, and I'm also asking the state to please send me a recommendation on his case, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Lozano?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, if you can please send an updated rec.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and anything else on Mr. Sanchez?
No, Judge, not on this case. If we can just get another setting, please.
Okay, Mr. Sanchez, can you hear me? Okay, I think you're on mute, sir. Just click the microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your attorney is asking for the state to send over an updated recommendation, and I'll give you an opportunity to discuss that with your attorney, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then I'll have you come back on July the 26th at 9:30. At this time, we'll keep you updated as to whether or not it'll be on Zoom or via in person.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anything else?
Not on this case, Judge.
Okay, all right, Mr. Sanchez, thank you for your time. I know you were on early.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Munoz, what else do you have, sir?
I have Judge number 17 on the court's docket, Hari Estrada. I don't see him labeled, Judge, but he may be.
I'm sorry, what number?
That's number 17, Judge, on the court's docket. I'm sorry, Judge, this is a different case in a different court. I got him confused.
Come on, Mr. Munoz. Mr. Jackson would never get this court confused with another court.
I think that's all that I have this morning, Judge.
I hear you were running ragged this morning, so I'll go ahead and give you a break, okay? All right, thank you, Mr. Munoz. We'll see you soon. Okay, Mr. Jackson, what do you have before we take on the pleas?
Judge, you're absolutely correct. I would not get it confused because this is my favorite court, not any other court. This is it. This is it. Judge, I have number 37 on today's docket. You have Mr. Edward Reina and Karen Madrigal.
Okay. Number 37 is CR 20-06-411-I. Karen Madrigal. Miss Madrigal, are you present?
She's right here with me, Judge.
Okay. And
here in my office. And this particular case, Your Honor, we were denied the PTD POM, so we're respectfully requesting a pretrial trial settings on this case.
Okay. If you can please submit an order setting jury trial, and we'll go ahead and get that set for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And I also have Mr. Edward Reina on today's docket. He's right here with me also. Mr. Edward Reina, please come forward.
Okay, that's number 56 on the court's docket, CR 20-01902-I, Edward, EDWARD, Reina. Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Same announcement for Mr. Reina. I will submit an order setting a jury trial on both cases, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
Judge, it is a pleasure being before this honorable court. May I be dismissed?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You have a wonderful day, Judge. Good seeing you too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so Mr. Concha and Mr. Almanza, you all have please, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and so Mr. Concha, yours is Rosendo Rivera.
May I address the court?
Yes.
I also have a plea, Your Honor. It's Pedro Aguilar.
Okay. Mr. Chapa, you're sporting a new haircut.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you for noticing.
It's because I'm real fisgona. Okay. So Pedro Aguilar?
Yes, Judge. I don't have the number. If I may apologize.
I have it. Is Mr. Aguilar present? Is that him in the green shirt?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, English speaking or Spanish speaking?
In English.
All right, you got it. Okay, and then we also have, so is Mr. Rivera present?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, make sure you stay unmuted, sir, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then we have Mr. Almanza. Which number were you again? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I was Rogelio Cuellar, Your Honor. That was number, I'm sorry, and I had to close the docket. Number 14 on the court's docket, Your Honor.
Got it.
CR-20-09306-I.
All right. Okay, Mr. Cuellar, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, Mr. Aguilar, Mr. Cuellar, and Mr. Rivera, please raise your right hands. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Mr. Aguilar, yes or no?
Yes.
And Mr. Cuellar, yes or no?
Yes.
And Mr. Rivera, yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you may lower your hands. And, okay, so what is Mr. Aguilar pleading to? Is anything being dismissed, Mr. Lozano?
Yes, Your Honor. CR 21090886I, duty on striking an unattended vehicle.
Okay, so the other three he's pleading to.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. CR 1903206-I, CR 21-13233-I, CR 21-09087-I, State of Texas versus Pedro Aguilar Jr. Is that your true and correct name, sir?
Yes.
And you are being charged with driving while intoxicated, Class B misdemeanor, a second offense of driving while intoxicated, a Class B misdemeanor, and an offense of driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol level of greater or equal to 0.15, a Class A misdemeanor. Shortly, I will explain the range of punishment for these offenses, sir. In CR 209306-I, State of Texas versus Rogelio, Rogelio Cuellar, is that your true and correct name, sir?
Yes.
And you're being charged with driving while intoxicated, second, a Class A misdemeanor. I will explain the range of punishment to you shortly, sir. In CR 22-01353-I, State of Texas versus Rosendo Rivera, is that your true and correct name, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're being charged with driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol level of greater or equal to 0.15, a Class A misdemeanor. Gentlemen, a Class A misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 1 year in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine upon conviction. Mr. Aguilar, for your Class B misdemeanors, that carries a potential penalty of up to 6 months in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine upon conviction. Do each of you understand the range of punishment that you can receive for the offense or offenses of which you are charged? Mr. Aguilar, yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cuellar
Yes.
and Mr. Rivera?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and each of you have the right to an attorney and a right to a trial by jury. You can waive one or both of those rights by signing a written document with this court. Did you have an opportunity to review the document with your attorney before signing it? Mr. Aguilar, yes or no?
Yes.
Mr. Cuellar
Yes, Judge.
and Mr. Rivera?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand that when you signed that document, you were waiving your right to a trial by jury? Mr. Aguilar, yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cuellar
Yes, Judge.
and Mr. Rivera?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then the court will accept your waiver of trial by jury. Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane? Mr. Aguilar, yes or no?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Cuellar
No, Judge.
and Mr. Rivera?
No, Your Honor.
And counselors, and speaking with your clients, do you find them to be mentally competent and able to assist you in their own defense? Mr. Chapa?
He's competent to proceed, Judge, and he's been able to assist me in his own defense as to Mr. Aguilar.
Mr. Almanza?
Yes, Your Honor. He is able to assist in his own defense, and he is competent, Your Honor.
Mr. Canche?
Same announcement, Your Honor.
Then the court will make a finding that the defendants before the court are all mentally competent and able to assist their attorneys in their own defense. Do each of you understand that if the punishment that I assess does not exceed what's recommended by the state, you will need this court's permission if you decide to file an appeal? Do you understand that, Mr. Aguilar? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, was that a yes?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
Your Honor.
Mr. Cuellar
Yes, Judge.
and Mr. Rivera?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and do you further understand that I do not have to accept the state's recommendation? Mr. Aguilar, yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Cuellar?
Yes, Judge.
And Mr. Rivera?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then at this time, I also need to ask you if you're a U.S. citizen. Mr. Aguilar, are you a U.S. citizen, yes or no?
Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Mr. Cuellar?
No, Judge, I'm a resident.
Okay, and Mr. Rivera?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Cuellar, if you are not a U.S. citizen, then entering a plea or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion, or admission from our country and denial of naturalization under U.S. federal law. Knowing and understanding the consequences of your plea on your immigration status today, sir, do you still wish to continue?
Yes, Judge.
Okay,
Your Honor, if I may, for the record, Your Honor.
sure,
I
go
have
ahead.
advised my clients of the risks. While it shouldn't cause them any issues, it could possibly, during the renewal, it's a very slight chance. I have asked him if he wanted more time to consult with an immigration attorney. He said no. We did consult with one immigration attorney to kind of confirm that this wouldn't be, prohibit him from renewing, and it will not be a prohibition. And so he is aware of the risk, Your Honor.
Okay, then that is duly noted and put on the record. In CR 19-03-206-I, State of Texas versus Pedro Aguilar Jr. to the offense of driving while intoxicated, a Class B misdemeanor. How do you plead, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
In CR 21-13233-I, State of Texas versus Pedro Aguilar Jr. to an offense of driving while intoxicated, a Class B misdemeanor. How do you plead, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
NCR 21-09087-I, State of Texas versus Pedro Aguilar Jr. to the offense of driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol level of greater or equal to 0.15, a Class A misdemeanor. How do you plead, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And in CR 20-9306-I, the State of Texas versus Rogelio Cuellar to the offense of driving while intoxicated second, a Class A misdemeanor. How do you plead, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
NCR 22-01353-I, the State of Texas versus Rosendo Narvaez, NARV-AEZ Rivera, to the offense of driving while intoxicated, a blood alcohol level of greater or equal to 0.15, a Class A misdemeanor. How do you plead, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
And are each of you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? Yes or no, Mr. Aguilar?
Yes.
And Mr. Cuellar?
Yes, Judge.
And Mr. Rivera?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then the court will accept your pleas as being freely and voluntarily given. I will call for state's evidence at this time.
Your Honor, state offers plea documents and offense reports as State's Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal as State's Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 3914 disclosures as State's Exhibit 3, waiver of risk and needs assessment as State's Exhibit 4. State would also request defense counsel stipulate to the venue or jurisdiction of this honorable court and stipulate that the evidence that has been submitted to the court is sufficient to corroborate a plea of guilty.
Okay, any objections, counselors? Mr. Chapa?
Objection so stipulated as to Mr. Aguilar.
Okay, Mr. Almanza?
So stipulated, Your Honor.
And Mr. Concha?
Same announcement, Your Honor.
Okay. Then there being no objection from defense counsel as to the exhibits are hereby admitted and approved. In CR 19-03-206-I, CR 21-13233-I, and CR 21-09087-I, all the State of Texas versus Pedro Aguilar Jr. It is the judgment of the court, sir, that you are guilty as charged on each of those offenses. And what is the state's recommendation?
Your Honor, the state recommends a $100 fine, court cost, 180 days Hidalgo County Jail, probated for 20 months, an alcohol class, defensive driving class, mobile alcohol monitoring device for 1 year, MAD impacts panel, 90 days Texas driver's license suspension. And the state will be requesting a restitution hearing on CR 21-13233-I and CR 21-09087-I. The recommendations are going to be the same, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Chapa, any questions or requests on behalf of your client?
Judge, I would just ask for clarification as to whether it's 3 sets court costs and probation fees, or if they're all just
You
one
may
set.
You may make a request for it to run concurrent and for there to be one supervisory fee and the probation fee also, one probation fee, one fine, one court cost, and to run concurrent. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, that'll be granted. It'll also be granted that the 90 days Texas driver's license suspension will run concurrent with any other administrative suspension that Mr. Aguilar may have already been assessed. And also, how long has he had his alcohol monitoring device?
Since his arrest, Judge, it's been quite some time.
Mr. Soto, Ms. Soto, I'm sorry, how much time has Mr. Aguilar had the device?
Judge, on him, I'm not showing, I don't have a report for him, Judge.
Oh, okay. So does he have do you know if he has a mobile alcohol monitoring device or a interlock?
I don't know if he has a device, Judge. Oh, wait, one moment, Judge, hold on.
He
hello?
should have one.
Yes,
Yes.
I have one, and I had it going on 8 months.
Okay.
Yes, Judge, I'm sorry. Judge, he does have his mobile device with Safeguard Solutions. There's no violation, and he's had it since September 17th of 2021.
Okay. The mobile alcohol monitoring device will be for 10 months, not 12 months. And he'll have 90 days to pay the fine, 90 days to pay the court costs. The rest of the recommendation I will follow. Mr. Aguilar, may I have a phone number, please?
956-373-0516.
Okay, probation will contact you at their earliest convenience. Please make sure that you answer. And restitution hearing date will be on what date, Ms. Rivera?
Your Honor, it'll be June the 21st at 1:30.
Okay. Hold on, I think I made a mistake earlier. Had I closed off that date? I'm not sure.
No, Judge, I don't have that date closed off.
Okay.
It's the following, Your Honor.
Okay.
We
All
can
right.
set it earlier, Your Honor, if you'd like.
It's up to Mr. Chapa. Do you want it earlier than June 21st?
I defer to the state on that one, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Lozano, will you be ready before the 21st or on the 21st?
On the 21st, Your Honor.
Okay, that's fine. We'll do that then, June 21st at 1:30. Okay, so Mr. Aguilar, they'll notify you whether that'll be in person or in Zoom, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. If nothing further, you, Mr. Chapa, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, thank you. Likewise. All right, and CR 20-09306-I, the state of Texas versus Rogelio Aguilar is the judgment of the court, sir, that you are guilty as charged. And what is the state's recommendation?
Your Honor, the state recommends a $100 fine, court costs, 1 year Hidalgo County Jail, probated for 14 months, the repeat offender program, the ignition interlock device for 7 months, 3 days Hidalgo County Jail, and 180 days Texas driver's license suspension, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Almanza, any questions or requests on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor, 3 requests, Your Honor. One was regarding the mobile alcohol monitoring device, Your Honor. It does have to be in place for half the time of the probation. We're asking for consideration on that, Your Honor. My client's had alcohol monitoring for almost 2 years. So we're asking consideration on that, either to reduce the amount for mobile alcohol monitoring or reduce the amount for total probation, which would cut the mobile alcohol monitoring. The second request, Your Honor, is regarding the 3 days jail time that's required. We're asking the judge if she would consider waiving it, Your Honor, but in the alternative, I've had my client works out of town. He would have to come down for those 3 days in jail. And I've had other courts and ADAs agree to allow him to do it on the weekends. So if he could do it on the weekend of June 4th and 5th, June 19th through 20th, and June 25th through 26th, Your Honor, if the court would consider that as part of the judgment. And then the final thing, Your Honor, was that his driver's license suspension run current with the administrative suspension, Your Honor.
Okay, so his Texas driver's license suspension will run concurrent with any administrative suspension that has been assessed. The 3 days in Hidalgo County Jail, we're not going to waive that, but he can do it anytime during his probation period. So it can be during a weekend, and that's fine with me. Now, as to its probation, it was, you said 14 months?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and so then they're asking for 7 months. So you want probation to be less than
Yes, Your
14
Honor.
months?
Yes, Your Honor. Either probation be reduced, so then his remaining alcohol monitoring is reduced, or if the court is able to just reduce the alcohol monitoring and keep the probation, either one would work. I've seen, judges give different leniency on those two.
What was the recommendation? What did he do for his first DWI? Did he get deferred? Did he get?
No, it was a conviction, Your Honor. He did probation.
Okay. So I'm gonna leave it for, does he have a mobile alcohol right now or an interlock?
He has a mobile, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let him stay on the mobile alcohol monitoring device. And I'm gonna stay with the 14, I'm gonna follow the recommendation, and he'll have 90 days to pay the fine and 90 days to pay the court costs. And what is your phone number, Mr. Cuellar?
956-424-8124.
Okay,
I'm sorry, Judge. Did you say 3 more months with the mobile device?
no. You have to do half the time of your probation. You're barely going to start your probation. So you have it for another 7 months and then you're off.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
And I just wanted to clarify, to make sure. Previously I had issues where in the judgment it had to have the weekends that he was going, but it's been a year since that. So is it fine that the judgment says 3 days, but then he can do it over any weekend? Previously the judgment specifically said the days that he would attend. So if that's how the court's been doing it and there's been no issues, I just wanted to ask that question, Your Honor.
That I know of, when we've had that come up, we have just put that language on there and we haven't come across any problems, unless someone can tell me.
No,
So far, I haven't had any issues.
Not a
And
problem.
so
Your Honor.
they allowed it because, like, in one situation, we had a young lady that was about to give birth. And so we just, it's just any time during that time period. So we didn't know when she was going to give birth.
Okay.
So that's how come we went ahead and just, we try to do it as specific as possible, but he just needs to do those 3 days. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's required by statute, Mr. Lozano, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor. That's correct.
Yeah.
It is, Your Honor. As of last year.
So, yeah. So, he's gonna have to do it, but he can do it at his own pace during those 14 months.
Okay, not a problem, Your Honor. That works.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so, Mr. Rivera,
Yes, Your Honor.
in CR 22-01353-I, the state of Texas versus Rosendo Rivera, it is a judgment of the court, sir, that you are guilty as charged, and what is the state's recommendation?
Your Honor, the state recommends a $300 fine, court costs, 1 year Hidalgo County Jail, probated for 14 months, an alcohol class, the ignition interlock device for 7 months, and 90 days Texas driver's license suspension.
Okay, Mr. Concha, any questions or requests on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor, we respectfully request the court run the license suspension concurrent with the administrative one. Respectfully request the court waive condition 7 to allow Mr. Rivera to travel outside the county for work. And I guess any other considerations the court would grant him, Your Honor.
Okay, so the court is granting your request. His 90-day Texas driver's license suspension will work concurrent with any administrative suspension that has been assessed against Mr. Rivera. I am also granting your request and waiving condition 7. He may report by mail or by phone, whichever way it is that probation was going to be allowing it at the time. And you just need to submit proof of employment, Mr. Rivera.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And do you have a mobile alcohol monitoring device or an ignition?
Mobile, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll change that to a mobile alcohol monitoring device. And I'm going to reduce the fine from 300 to 100. And you'll have 90 days to pay the fine and 90 days to pay the court costs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And the rest of the recommendation I will follow. Anything else, Mr. Concha?
No, Your Honor, that's all. May be excused.
Let me just get your client's phone number, Mr. Rivera.
It's 956-475-7778.
Okay, sir. The probation department will contact you at their earliest convenience, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You
All
too,
right,
ma'am.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May be excused.
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Palacios, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have number 76 on your criminal docket.
CR 1806006-I, Tricia, Trisha Watts. Is Miss Watts present?
Yes, I
She's
am.
present on screen, Judge.
Okay, what is the announcement?
Judge, as you could recall, this was a case that was previously staffed with Mr. Rodriguez, in which an ADR was offered by, well, was approved of by Mr. Rodriguez. However, it never made it down to get it settled. And speaking with Mr. Lozano, with ADA Lozano, there is a PTD offer of 90 days, which Ms. Watts is considering. The only thing that is hindering is a possible requirement of having to place a breathalyzer for 90 days. She did have the breathalyzer for about 3 years, Judge, which was removed recently by this court. We're asking that the court, the state would consider not requiring the breathalyzer requirement during those, or the 45 days. It makes it almost actually, impractical. So we can close this case.
I do not think that I'm not going to speak for Mr. Lozano, but it's my for that, Mr. Lozano would probably require higher up approval, correct, Mr. Lozano?
That's correct, Your Honor. I can't make any changes to the PTD program. I do see a note that the PTD application was reconsidered, was accepted, was approved, and they're going to participate in a modified PTD program.
That's correct, Judge. And I'll ask Mr. Lozano that we can request that the modification, only, Judge, because it's 90 days, she's required to have it for half the time, which would be 45 days. It'd pretty much be paying an installation fee, paying it for 1 month, and then taking it off. So,
well, you need to speak to whomever gave you that reconsideration. They would need to put that notation on there so it can be in the judgment when we place her.
We can do so, Judge.
I don't know how much time you'll need to do that.
Judge, if we can have a setting of maybe 30 days, we should be able to get that hopefully modified, just that since this is a modified PTD, we can make that amendment also to the modification and get her signed up and this case done with.
Okay, let me go ahead and put her for placement on June the 30th at 9:30, and that'll be in person.
Thank you, Judge. And that does conclude my business, Judge. May we excuse?
Yes, you and your client are excused. Thank you, Ms. Watts, for your patience. I did see you on early on.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Okay, I have Luis Diaz. Mr. Diaz, can you hear me? Mr. Diaz, Ms. Castañeda, he's Spanish speaking, but he did not, I'm sorry, connect to audio. Okay, Mr. Saldivar?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. At CR 20-5012-I, Mr. Saldivar, it's my understanding that you have not had any contact with your court-appointed attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Okay, so are you requesting that I appoint you another attorney?
If possible, I mean, I just,
Okay.
I want to take care of this already, ma'am.
I understand. Ms. Rivera, who is the next attorney on the wheel?
Dennis Ramirez, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Ramirez is going to be appointed to your case and we will give him your information so he can contact you. And what is your phone
Okay.
number, sir?
Area code 956-756-3208.
Okay, are you living in Hidalgo County?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay. All right, sir. So what we'll do is we'll give Mr. Ramirez your information and we'll go ahead and set you for July the 26th at 9:30. And hopefully
26th.
between now and then you can get something worked out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
All righty. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay,
Ma'am,
yes.
what was the name of Mr. You said Mr. Ramirez?
Dennis, Dennis Ramirez.
Thank you. Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much.
Okay. Okay, the gentleman on the Zoom user, he is not connected to audio, so I cannot tell him anything. Okay, let me see. Is it? Okay, well, we'll see. Okay, so number 2, was it, did anybody call in on number 2?
Judge, on number 2, it was reset for an arraignment for June the 14th, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, number 17, I'm gonna go ahead and just count him present because he was not able to get on. Okay, number 18.
Your Honor, this case was already disposed of.
Okay, so number 23 and 24, the same defendant, that'll be a nice sign. Okay, what about number 32?
That case was dismissed, Your Honor.
Okay. And we reset number 33 and 34, correct?
Yes, ma'am, to July the 26th.
Okay. And number 35?
Was dismissed.
Okay, number 47 will be a nice sign. Okay, number 62.
Judge, the defense counsel filed a motion for continuance, Your Honor. It was not said. I believe it was accepted this morning. The motion did read in the language that he was at a mediation.
Okay. So just give him a reset date.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, number 67.
That one was reset, Your Honor, to August the 30th.
Okay. So Nicole Garza, and Manuel Munoz. What does the state say of those no-show dependents?
Your State requests that a judgment NICE be granted to KPS issued and all bonds forfeited for these no-show defendants.
Okay, and that'll be granted. Okay. Okay, Ms. Castaneda, were you going to say